Okay. So here we see India as introduced by Europeans mean the foreign people who came to India for trade. And the people who came for trade, they started to write about Indian history. So that's why we say how India is introduced by the European people. That's what we are going to see next. Now I will give an example of some of the people, some of the Europeans. Europeans mean the English, they are from Germany, they are from French, they are from Britain. Those people, some of the people who wrote about India. I'm going to show who are they. It is called, okay, fine. This is called foreign literature as well. You have any doubt at this point?
Fire.
If you have any doubt, please raise your hand. Don't unmute yourself. If you unmute yourself, I will remove you from the class. Okay. Okay. You see, in the ancient days, we had a history sources before the British come. If British came or the foreigners came to India only in the year of 1500, 1500 years before, or 2000, 1500, yeah, almost 1500, they came to India. Almost, that means 500, almost 500 years before, 520 years before only, the English people, the foreigners, they came to India. Till then, what was the source we had? The source of history, the history is written by the sources are used by Puranas, myths from ancient times. Now, you see, we know that in India is actually it's based on a Hindu culture. We have Hindu culture is more predominant in India. And so the history is all the history you find Mahabharata, Ramayana, all the Puranas. There are a lot of stories that gives a story, and that become the source of history. But after 16th century, I told you 16th century mean in the year 1500. 1500 means 1500. That means 500 years before, the Jesuit priest, and you should know who are the Jesuit priests. Jesuit priests are nothing. The people who are missionaries, the Jesuit priest fathers, you know, how many of you know seen church fathers? If you have seen church fathers with the white, this one, how many of you seen church fathers? Can you please give me a thumbs up? Rahmat has raised a hand. Rahmat, okay. Can you tell who are the church fathers? Okay. Like you have, right? You have a mullah, right? You have your priest is in your mosque and all. You have mullah. What do you call mullah only, right? Am I right? Okay, Farhan, go ahead. Farhan, can you share? Farhan. Farhan.
Hello, sir. No, sir.
Okay, fine. So the Jesuit priests are the priest. They are the like you have a priest for your priest mean Hindu they have pujaris, they have Hindus. For Muslims, what do you call? Noor Misbah? Why your hand is raised?
Sir, आज स्कूल को आना है क्या sir?
No, I won't come. Now pay attention to the class.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. I am disturbing class.
Okay, thank you. Tabassum, your hand is raised.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, I have no charge.
You don't have charge. When the charge gets over, let that time that it go it by let itself. So don't worry. Okay, now listen. So the Jesuit priests are the people who are the Jesuits mean the priest. What do you call your priest? You are not telling me. You go for these classes and all, right? Evening. Fakhruddin. Fakhruddin.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what is the name of your priest in your mosque? You have a priest, some mullah, or what do you call that? What do you call that? Okay. Hazrat mean what? What is the meaning of that?
Hazrat means
they are the one who conducts prayer and all in your church.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like that. Here, among the Christians, they had a Jesuit priest called. They also priest, but they came from foreign. They came from foreign country to India. Wait a minute. Give me a minute. I'll put the charge.
Sir, not coming your screen, sir.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so the
Sir,
Jesuit
not
priest.
coming your screen.
You can't see my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can see it, right? Yeah. So the Jesuit priests are, I told, the missionaries, the foreign fathers, because now you have a lot of Christian schools we have. If you have a lot of Christian school, these are the priests who came 500 years before to our country, and they have introduced the education to us. So they are this Jesuit priests are those people, they came to India in the year 16th century. And here, this is the person, Heinrich Roth. Okay, this person, the people who came from foreign, the foreign fathers, what did he do? He settled in Agra. Agra is part of North India, North India either. What did he do? He translated grammar into Latin language about 350 years ago. So you see, that's a surprise, right? He's a foreign person. He knows only English. He knows only English. And he knows Latin as well. Latin is in the European countries, like for us Hindi, for them Latin. Okay, for the Europeans, Latin was the main language during the 16th century. Latin was the main. So during the 16th century, that was the main language, Latin. So this person, when he came from foreign to India, he translated Sanskrit grammar. Sanskrit, now we have English grammar. Like that, Sanskrit is the main language of India. Okay. According to the culture of India, all other languages came from Sanskrit. Even Hindi itself came from Sanskrit. So this person, he translated Sanskrit into Latin. Okay, that is what the thing 650 years he did. Then a century later, after century means 17th century, what happened? Wait a minute, this one. So here, 17th century, Father Corodox, it's also a priest, is also a father. He identified that there are many similarities between Sanskrit and European languages. So this person identified, okay, one person translated Sanskrit into Latin, and the other person he saw there are a lot of similarities. Similarities mean, can anyone of you explain in Hindi what is similarities? Please raise your hand, or you can explain it in Hindi. What do you mean by similarities? Don't do any drawing here. Nagma. Okay. What do you mean by?
Sir, I take screenshot.
Yeah, you can take a screenshot, not an issue. But tell me, what do you mean by similarities? Mubashira or Rahmat or Fakhruddin, can you explain to the class what do you mean by similarities? Mubashira?
Are same.
Similarity means same. What is, see, when I am taking, for example, what is common? Similarities mean what is common in this both? What is common? You see this cap.
Little bit.
Yeah, this is also black color. This also black. This also has black. This also has black. That is the similarities. Now this also has a cap. This also has a cap. So now that is also become similarities. So what is common? What is common in both of them? That we call that similarities. So like that, this fellow we found there is a similarity between, you consider this as a Sanskrit and this as a European language, maybe English or French or German. So he saw there is some similarities between this and this. Okay, fine. Now, during this time, okay, now this much enough. Let's go to the next. Okay. Now, what happened? The British officers, when the British came to India, they tried to understand the culture, history, and the customs, beliefs, and laws. What are the laws used by Indians? They were trying to understand that. How they were trying to understand, why they were trying to understand. They wanted to understand it to strengthen their trade relationship. If I know what is the norms, what is the laws, what is the history, what is the culture of India, I will be able to make a trade. What do you mean by trade? Can you guys, anyone can explain? What do you mean by trade? Trade. What do you understand by trade?
Trade, sir.
What do you mean by trade? Trade. What do you mean by trade?
Trade, sir.
What do you mean by trade? What is the meaning? Asma Shahid, you know what do you mean by trade? Asman Shahid,
Yes, sir.
what do you understand by trade? You don't understand the word trade?
No, sir.
Okay, I will say it in a simple word. It's a business. Now you understand? Businessman, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so trade mean nothing. Okay, so trade mean nothing. It's a business. So the foreign people, they wanted to do a business with India. Okay, the foreign people, the foreigners, they wanted to make a business with India. So do that. For that, what did they do? Wait a minute. Give me a second. Okay. So the foreigners, they wanted to do a business with India. So for that, they were trying to understand the history of India. What is the tradition of India? What is the custom? What are the values, beliefs, and laws of Indians? For why they were studying all this? To do the business. Got it? If you all understood what I am explaining on a scale of 1 to 5, or if you understood everything, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, Rahmat understood.
Buying and service of selling of goods and services.
Okay, yeah, buying and selling of services. So that is what we tell trade. Trade means basically business. Business between India and America. So that is what trade relationship. Now, going to the next, some administrators were attracted towards Indian culture. See, ask these people, they came for trade. They came to India to do business so that they get a lot of money. But what happened? Some people, they were attracted towards Indian literature and culture. Some people so liked Indian culture. They liked Mahabharata. They like what is the Puranas. They like the philosophy of India. They like the culture of India. And some people liked it so much. So what did they do? Even some Manusmriti, the book, Bhagavad Gita, and other great literary works translated it. But because these people liked Indian literature, Indian books so much, they translated that into English. Is it clear? Because these people liked our literature, our Puranas, our Mahabharata, our Bhagavad Gita, they translated everything. Everything was written in Sanskrit. Okay. From Sanskrit, they translated everything to English. Are you all clear with this? If you understood everything on a scale of 1 to 5, on a scale of 1 to 5, how much you understood? 1 means you did not understand anything.
Excuse me, sir.
5 means you understood everything.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, my battery is low, sir.
Okay, fine. No, okay. Amanullah got 3. Others, what about others? Put in the chat box as well. I'll check. Okay, 5. Fakhruddin is 5. Shabas. Shabas, you understood everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. If you are not understood anything, please let me know. Okay. Then let's go to the next. Now I'm going to introduce 3 great people. Okay. 3 great personalities.
Sir, I leave, sir.
No, you don't leave. Let the
Sir,
phone get
you
this.
send me video, sir, class video.
Okay.
You send me class video.
Okay. Keep the phone for charge.
सर हमारे यहाँ का करंट ठीक नहीं है सर, ब्लास्ट हो जाएगा चार्ज के डाल के पढ़ेंगे तो।
Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay, all of you.
बाय
So,
सर।
bye. Only for okay. Rest of you listen to me. Sir William John. There are three great people I am going to introduce. Three great foreigners. They liked Indian culture and they translated many things into their own language. First one is Sir William Johns. All of you repeat. Sir William Johns. All of you unmute yourself and shout out. Sir.
Sir William John.
Sir William Johns.
Sir William John.
Okay. All on mute, please. Now, what is so great about this person? Okay. Why this person is so great? This person, what is this? Who is this person? You'll be wondering. Who is this person, Sir William Johns? So you should know about that person, right? So he was a judge. You know who is a judge? How many of you know who is judge?
I know, sir.
Okay, explain what is a judge? Tell. Radha. Yeah, tell. Yeah.
Sir, court years in here, sir, judge.
Yeah, in the court, you must have watched in many movies, or you must have some of you gone to court or somewhere.
Wrong, sir.
That some person will be judge me who gives a judgment.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Rehan and Megha.
14 years, sir.
Yeah, you can mute yourself. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So is the judge mean the people who give judgment? The judge is the one who gives punishment to you. He can give you punishment. If you stole something, he will give a punishment. And if you kill someone, he will also give you the punishment. Who has the power? Is a judge.
Give you example, sir.
Yeah, give an example. Come on.
Sir, your son, sir, now I am student. I am talk to wrong. You take now punishment. This day, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Judge.
So yeah, correct. You are correct. Like that, here we are quoting about the judge of Supreme Court. Now we have a district court and we have a high court, and Supreme Court is a central big court that is in Delhi. So they give the judgment, and like that, he is a judge of Supreme Court in Bengal, West Bengal. I think Orka sir is from that area, no? Okay. So Supreme Court in Bengal, he was a judge, this person, William Johns. And he established a society called the Asiatic Society. All of you repeat, Asiatic Society.
Asiatic Society.
Okay, he built the Asiatic Society. And he also translated, this William Johns translated Gita Govinda, Manava Dharma Shastra, and Kalidasa Shakuntala from Sanskrit to English. And these are all Indian literature, okay? It's all Indian Hindu literatures. Gita Govinda, Manava Dharma Shastra, and Kalidasa Shakuntala. All of you repeat one by one. Unmute yourself.
Shakuntala.
What do you read that? First one, how do you say? Read. Gita
Gita Govinda. Kalidasa.
Okay, I will read once again. Gita Govinda, Manava Dharma Shakuntala. Okay, all on mute. All on mute. Mute. All on mute.
Sir,
Manava. Manava Dharma Shastra. Okay, who will read for me? Who will read for me? Volunteer? Raise your hand. Okay. You have to raise your hand. Okay, Rahmat only raised hand, so I will give chance to Rahmat. Rahmat, read.
Govinda, Manava, Shastra, and Kalidasa Shakuntala.
Kalidasa Shakuntala. This Shakuntala is written by this Kalidasa. That's why we say Kalidasa Shakuntala. Thank you, Rahman. Okay, Fakhruddin. Okay, or Shabas. Shabas, read karo. Dharma Shastra. Kalidasa. Shakuntala. From Sanskrit to English. Okay. 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 Thank you, Shabas. So the thing is, this person, these are all Indian literature, okay? And these, they all were written in Sanskrit. And he, from Sanskrit to, he translated English. Who translated everything into English? William Jones. Okay. William Jones is a Supreme Court of judge of Supreme Court of Bengal. He built Asiatic Society, and he translated all these books in from Sanskrit to English. Fine. Aya Rahmat, your hand is raised. You want to say something? Okay, fine. Now, next person. Who is this person? Can you try to read?
Sir, I will tell.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Fakhruddin.
Max Muller.
Max Muller. Max Muller is a great historian. Okay. Max Muller is the second person.
Max Muller.
First one, what is the name of the first person? William Jones. First, what is the name of the first person?
William John Max Muller.
William Jones, Max Muller. Now, this Max Muller is a German. Max Muller is a German scholar.
Muller?
Please come. Yeah. Fakhruddin, can you please mute yourself?
Okay, I'm muting, sir.
Okay. Now, this Max Muller is from Germany. Germany is also a European country. And he's also he's a foreigner. He's not an Indian. So he's a German scholar. And he's an Orientalist and Indologist. Now, what do you understand by Orientalist and Indologist? Orientalist mean the people who studies about East India. No, not East India, Eastern countries. What are the Eastern countries? India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, then China, then what else? Sri Lanka. All those who are near to India side, no, they are all Eastern countries. They are called Eastern countries, Orientalist. That means the person who studies about Eastern countries are called Orientalist. Now, Indologist means the person who studies about the culture of India, they are called as Indologist. Are you clear with this term? If you clear with the term, please give me a thumbs up. If you understood that, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, Shabas understood. Okay. Orientalist mean Eastern countries. India is also Eastern country. There are so many Eastern countries. And Indologist mean one who studies about culture of India. So Max Muller is an Indologist and Orientalist. And what did he do? He wrote an English work, Sacred Book of the East. Sacred. What is the name of the book? Sacred Book of the East is written by Max Muller. Sacred Book of the East. Because he is an Orientalist, he wrote a book about the Eastern countries. That is what called Sacred Book of the East. Okay. This is what about Max Muller. Max Muller, only this one. He is from Germany. He is an Orientalist Indologist and he wrote a Sacred Book of the East. Clear. Now, the third person, James Mill. What is the name? All of you say James Mill. Louder, James Mill. All of you repeat.
James Mill.
James Mill. Who is the first person? First person, William Jones.
William Jones.
William John
Max Muller.
James Mill.
James Mill. Okay. See, now James Mill also a great historian. Historian means the person who writes history. And he is from Scotland. Now, where is Scotland? Now, where is Scotland? Scotland is in is a European country. It is near to England. It's like an island, like Sri Lanka. Scotland is also an island. Okay, Scotland is from Scotland. Can you please mute yourself? Who is that? Thank you. So, James Mill wrote a history of India in 6 volumes. See, history of India in 6 volumes. 6 volumes mean, see, like this book. Can you see this book? All of you? Can you see this book? Everyone, like this book, like these six books he are written about history of India. But you know one thing about these three people, but these scholars never visited. This James Mill, he never come to India. But even without coming to India, he wrote about India. You got it? Huh? Without even coming to India, even the German scholar James Muller or William Jones, Max Muller and James Mill. With James Mill and Max Muller, they did not come to India, but they wrote about India. Clear? Now let's go to the next last person. With that, we will finish our class today. Abbe Du Bois. Come on, all of you. Abbe
Du Bois.
Abbe Du Bois.
Sir, she is girl.
No, she's not a girl. She is a boy. You see, foreigners, they used to be like this only. Okay, foreigners. He's also, like I told, no, missionary, Jesuit fathers like that. He's also like a mullah, like you have a mullah. He's also a priest, Catholic priest.
Not
like that.
mullah, sir.
What is the name called that, Fakhruddin? What do you call? Hazrat. Hazrat, no? Yeah. So like Muslims, you have Hazrat. The Christians, they have priest. So this is a French missionary.
Sir, what Hazrat, sir?
I don't know. Fakhruddin was telling. Fakhruddin?
क्या Fakhruddin?
तुमने अरबी में कौन पढ़ाते सो?
Rabbi.
Hazrat, sir.
Rabbi, yeah.
Oh.
Rabbi, no, yeah.
नहीं आप पूछ नहीं ना क्या पूछी सब
वो वैसा तो क्या है उर्दू में क्या बोलते सिंधी में तो
हाँ कौन दे
मुल्ला मुल्ला करी
Okay, so he's like a Jesuit father. Is a missionary. He came from France. France is also another European country. He's a French missionary. He's coming from France. See, he lived as a sage. That means he came from France. He's a foreigner. But like if you know Hindu sannyas, you know how the Hindu people, they just put a what is that? What kind of cloth they wear? The kind of saffron cloth they wear. No, Hindu sages. Hindu Swamijis, what dress they wear? You have seen Hindu Swamijis, kind of yellow color.
Sari.
Yeah, like a sari kind of cloth they wear, no? Indian
yes, sir. Orange color now, sir.
Yeah, orange color. It's called
yes,
saffron. Yeah, saffron color. Okay.
Yellow.
Yeah, like yellow. So like that, even though he's
not yellow, yeah, orange color is.
Okay, fine. Now, whatever he is, this person is from foreign, but he also was wearing dress like that. You see, a foreigner is wearing a dress like an Indian sage. That is what something. So this Abbe Du Bois called among the local people as Dodda Swami. What is the name? Dodda Swami in Kannada. Dodda Swami. Come on. What is another name for Abbe Du Bois? Dodda Swami. Now, where did he come? So he came to Karnataka. See this French Abbe Du Bois, he came to Karnataka where Srirangapatna. How many of you visited Srirangapatna? You went to Srirangapatna means give me a thumbs up.
Sir, I also.
Okay. Srirangapatna near to that Tipu Sultan's fort, everything is there, right?
Yes, sir. Mysore.
Yeah, it's on the way to Mysore. Srirangapatna.
Yes,
so this Abbe Du Bois came to Srirangapatna, and among the local people, he's called a Dodda Swami. Now he wrote, what did you do? This Dodda Swami, what did he write? Hindu manners, customs, and ceremonies. Hindu manners mean how a Hindu should behave. That he wrote. How the custom, what are the Hindu should follow? What are the Hindu festivals? What are the Hindu pujas we have to do? That everything's Hindu ceremonies. He wrote about that. Okay, this is the Dodda Swami. Abbe Du Bois is called as Dodda Swami. He has presented Indian customs, value, festival, Varnashram system in his work. So he wrote many things about India, Indian culture in his book. That's all. And he lived here in India for how many years? You know, in India for 24 years. You see, he came from foreign. He lived in India for 24 years, and then he went back to France. Abbe Du Bois. Fine. Now this is the last one. This is just for your note. You can take a. I told Jesuits mean Father Jesuit.
New word.
Yeah, Jesuit. These are the new words. You can take a screenshot of that. I already explained Indology. What is Indology, Orientalist, missionary, and Jesuit priest. Okay, clear? You can take a screenshot.
Sir,
of
I
that.
am on to video recorder.
Okay. Okay then. You have now. Let me stop
Bye,
sharing
sir.
my screen. Okay. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Do you have any doubt right now?